Good day everyone. Miss Kawat and I will be tackling about the globalization of religion and its realities. So it is stated here that religion has the most difficult relationship with globalism, and it is because religion and globalism have different belief system. Now let us know the differences between religion and globalism. So in here it is written here in the presentation that in religion it is concerned with the sacred. Religion follows divine commandments, such as the Ten Commandments of God. And it is also written here that God, Allah, or Yahweh defines and judges human action in moral terms. So it is really visible here and readable that only God, Allah, or Yahweh can judge a human action if it is either good or bad. Whether how good or how bad that human action is, only God, Allah, and Yahweh can judge and define its consequences. Meanwhile, in globalism places value on material wealth. So here it is really understandable that globalism is only concerned with the material wealth. It is only concerned with the earthly desires of every individual. And the second one is globalism abides by human-made laws. So we all know and we are very familiar what are those human-made laws that are that we that even us follow. And lastly is globalism is how much of a human action can lead to the highest material satisfaction and subsequent wisdom that this new status produces. So it is also stated here that globalism is based on how a human action it is stated here that a satisfaction of a human is based on how high their material satisfaction is, or how powerful their human actions are. Now, in religion, the religious detests politics and the quest for power for their evidence of humanity's weakness. So here in religion, the religious really wants to detest politics and the quest for power. It is because as we all know, one of humanity's weakness is really power. Whether they can, whether it is a self power, whether if it is a power that they want to have in order to control other people, because that's what makes people think that they are superior of they are superior from everyone. They are higher than any other individual, and so religion wants to detest that kind of mindset or kind of thinking, because religion knows that it is one of the humanity's weakness, that everyone is really eager to have that power in that to really have that power, whether if it is in politics or whatever power they could have, they in order to just control every individual that they are surrounded with. Next is globalism. So globalist values them as both politics and power, means and ends to open up further economies of the world. So here in globalism, the globalist people also they are concerned with the economy of the world. So their thinking is, if there is politics and if there is power there, the connection or the interconnectedness of the world would be much bigger, would be much um have that kind of ability to open up much bigger opportunities every for every country in the world, that they could exchange they're able to exchange their goods through that power and through that politics, because power and politics can have a great control of the economies of the world. So now, in the next slide, religious people are less concerned with wealth and all that comes along with it. So, with the presentation itself, it is really understandable that religious people, they don't really care about wealth. They don't really care if they are wealthy or not, and they don't even care what comes along with that wealth. And next is they're ascetics, or they really have that deep self-discipline, especially in their spiritual selves, because they shun or they ignore anything material for complete simplicity. So, and here they do not follow the trends nga kanang kung unsay mauso, they don't care. Wala sila wala sila any self kuan nga ay dapat mosunod ko na trend, because they prefer nga kanang mo follow sa ilahang religion. Just like for example katong there's this one religion na katong patas o nila ilang buhok, tapos magwear sila og mga, I don't know if the term is right, but magwear sila og mga skirt bitaw na mga tag-as, mga ingon ana. And next is a religious person's main duty is to live a virtuous, sinless life such that when he or she dies, he or she is assured of a place in the world. For example, in heaven. So, it is understandable naman po here nga ang mga religious nga tao kay kuan jud na sila, they're really eager na mabuhi nga walay sala nga mabuhat sa kalibutan, sa para inig mamatay sila, kabalo sila or na sila kapadulngan nga eternal peace. Yan ana. Next, globalists are less worried about whether they will end up in heaven or hell. So, here, diri na punta sa mga globalists nga ilang thinking. So, dire, ang mga globalists, wala sila pakialam kung malangit sila or maimpyerno sila padulong inig ka syutay nila or inig ka matay nila. Next is their skills are more pedestrian as they aim to seal trade deals. So they really are into economy. They really are into exchanging of goods, interconnectedness of the world. They raise the profits of private enterprises. So as what I've said, mga sa economy, improve government revenue collections, like kanang mga taxes, like that, protect the elites from being excessively taxed by the state. So mga niya mga kuan ng mga tao, mga dagong negosyante, and naturally enrich themselves. So mo na ang thinking sa mga globalists. Next, the missions being sent by American born-again Christian churches, Sufi and Shiite Muslim orders, as well as institutions like Buddhist monasteries and Catholic, Protestants, and Mormon churches are efforts at spreading the word of God and gaining adherents abroad. So, as we all know, kanina mga churches, kaya na dyan sila yung mga missionaries. As we all know, mga missionaries, kaya kato na silang mga nagaspread sa words of God. And they do this kanang mag-mission sila na yung mga moabot og years nga mag-mission para lang mo spread sa words of God. Now, here, finally, religion and globalism clash over the fact that religious evangelization is in itself a form of globalization. So here, finally, nag-clash and nag-end na ang clash sa religion and globalism. It is because nanay somehow na-realize both parties that religion or religious evangelization is also a form of globalization, but in a different way, which is in a kanang holy nga way of globalization. Next is the globalist ideal is largely focused on the realm of markets. So here the globalists is they're really focused on markets. They're really into they're really into trade, like kanang mga sa economy jud sila. Next is the religious is concerned with spreading holy ideas globally, while the globalist wishes to spread goods and services. So in here, again, the religious or religion, it is concerned with the spreading holy ideas and holy words of God globally. Mo na ilahang way or mo na ilang form of globalization. While ang globalist, ang form of globalization sa mga globalist is to spread goods and services, the interconnectedness of the world in terms of trade and exchange of goods. Now, here, these philosophical differences explain why certain groups flee their communities and create penetrable sanctuaries where they can practice their religions without the meddling and control of state authorities. So, we are all aware naman no na there are certain groups or religious groups nga kanang gipili nila nga magpalayo sa syudad where there are possibilities nga kanang i-control sila sa kanang mga authorities sa state or sa government, like kanang dili sila ganahan na kanang bitaw mabahiran og something earthly ang holiness sa ilahang religion. And some examples of those certain groups kay Dalai Lama, tapos certain Buddhist monasteries, tapos kaning Rizalistas of Mount Banao. So we are familiar man aning mga Rizalistas, mo ni sila ang mga believer ni Rizal, ni Dr. Jose Rizal. Next is SNS or Essence during the Roman. They are controlled by Judea or Judea that is now known as Israel. Tapos last one is Mormons of Utah. So these groups believe that living among non-believers will distract them from their mission or tempt them to abandon their faith and become sinners like everyone else. So sa pagtuuan ng mga groups, certain groups of religious groups kay if mabilong sila sa mga non-believers or mabilong sila sa mga lahi og perspective sa ilaha, na possibility nga i-distract sila atong mga tawo or i-tempt sila or tagaan sila temptation para i-abandon ang ilahang faith ana ilahang religion nga ilang gituuhan. And that's all for my part. Thank you.